ladies and gentlemen, to your May real estate news update. I'm your host, Tazz Weatherly, and believe me when I tell you this may be the most important broadcast we've ever done. Here's some headlines. If you've been asking yourself, when does this crazy market slow down? You may now have an answer. Thanks to some clever analytics and data from redfin.com, we can report that for some buyers at least, enough is enough. From Los Angeles and Seattle all the way to Boston, web searches for new homes are down, along with booked walkthroughs and mortgage applications. These may be subtle shifts, but Redfin's deputy chief economist Taylor Marr believes that they may be the first signs of a long-term shift. He explains, homebuyers in expensive coastal markets are getting priced out of the market, a sign that a nationwide cooldown is beginning. They're impacted by the 1-2 punch of soaring mortgage rates, which reached 4.67% by the end of March, a 3-year high and record high prices. If predictions are accurate, we could be living in a much different housing market by the end of summer. Stay tuned. House flipping more dangerous than actual flipping. House flipping may sound like something you could watch on ESPN 9 at 2 a.m., but anyone familiar with the 2000s housing bubble will recall a very lucrative and often risky type of real estate investment. According to Adam Data Solutions, over 320,000 homes were flipped in 2021, a 26% jump from 2020. Adam defines a flip as any house bought and resold by two unaffiliated parties in a 12-month period. While flippers enjoyed an average 41% profit margin in 2020, that figure shrunk to 31% just 1 year later. Adam researchers attributed it to the price flippers paid for homes rising faster than the median value of the properties. Home prices jumped 13% from last year alone. Along with the report, Adam said in a statement, the decline in home flipping profits may represent a rare crack in the foundation of the U.S. housing market. Flippers are increasingly finding themselves upside down, pun intended, and sharply rising costs for necessary renovations won't improve their margins anytime soon. The dreaded B word. Many don't dare even speak the word, but Real Estate with Tazz has the courage and all 8 Horcruxes, so let's have some real talk about the potential of a U.S. housing market bubble. Our senior market analyst, Casual Tazz Weatherly, has more on this terrifying topic. Over to you, Tazz. All right, so a big thing right now is are we in a housing bubble? Well, I believe that's actually all relative because with how much our homes have appreciated since COVID 2020, we're in this unique space now where homes have appreciated so much, it's priced a lot of first-time home buyers out of the market, yet at the same time we have these soaring, rising interest rates that we've never seen happen. So unlike the housing crash where there was bad debt being lended, lenders really weren't verifying or doing their jobs, all this chaos, it's nothing like the market we've seen here in 2022. Our market is a lot different because home values are extremely high, plus limited inventory, and there's a demand across the US, coupling that with rising interest rates. We've never seen anything like this. There's a lot of forecasting out there of, what's going to happen next, and given the data, this is my expert opinion, which is that you will see 2 things happen. As these rates start to go up, there could be a flurry of people that have been waiting so long to buy houses that will have a little bit more of a surge, this housing market, that starts to taper down once we get into fall and winter. So best advice for people that are selling their homes, sell now, because when you purchase, you're going to have to compete against a rising interest rate. And depending on what your goals are, if that's a long-term, hey, I'm staying in my forever home, this is a 10-year home, whatever that looks like, you have to consider what that rate is going to do. And as it increases, it's going to just be more cash out of your pocket towards interest. And another thing for our first-time home buyers, you should buy your house. I've been saying this for so many years. I don't know how to put it clearly. I mean, I laugh about it because when I first got into this industry, everyone was waiting for the crash. Home buyers, get on it because there still are options, but because you've waited so long, in all honesty, you're getting less pick of the litter. Here in the Treasure Valley, I'm a lot more bullish considering the rest of the nation because of affordability. The work from home movement is what allows people to still have coastal incomes to come in here. But two, you also have to consider that hedge funds are going to start buying homes in bulk. If you guys haven't heard of it, Homes for America is a company that actually buys out subdivisions for rent. And we're going to see a lot more of these bigger players come here in the Treasure Valley, which is going to create more competition to our locals here. So best advice right now is to heavily consider it sooner than later, but it all depends on what your goals are. There is the possibility of a bubble. You'll start to see it more in the coastal states, but here in the Treasure Valley, here in Idaho, we're a lot more protected from a bubble than the rest of the nation, and that is due to the simple fact that our supply and demand is so much higher than the rest of the country that we will be seeing more of this higher prices, more people continuously trickling in than the rest of the country. That concludes our program, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to being with you through the ups, downs, and corkscrews of this real estate market. So long, and have some fun out there.